Oh, hey guys. Didn't see you there. I am doing an episode today in my garage, not on the water because the weather is terrible. So I decided to take the time and give you guys the information that a lot of you have been asking for in the comments on what I bring onto the Sea-Doo and how much it costs to get a Sea-Doo and maintain it. Hopefully this episode helps you guys out, and let's get right into it. All right, so I'm gonna start from this side of the table and work my way down. I got the Sea-Doo Link cooler. This actually came with the Sea-Doo when I bought it. Got my fishing equipment, all my lures and my fishing line, my cooking equipment, and my fishing rods, my net, and my kill bag. So let me show you guys how I put all this onto the Sea-Doo. So let's start with the cooler first. This is where the cooler sits. It could be either directly behind the Sea-Doo seat, or it could be at the very end of the Sea-Doo. And I prefer the cooler to be at the very end of the Sea-Doo because this is where I put the kill bag. So you could pretty much set up these link anchors and it's gonna attach to these anchors, which is super convenient. It's kind of heavy. All right, so pretty much you set it at the top right here, right above those anchors. Bam. So behind the cooler, there are two latches that connect to those link anchors, and you have to make sure that it is cinched down really tight. There you go. So after I anchor down that cooler, I usually put all of my cooking equipment inside that cooler. So just for now, I have like a mini wok. I have my lunchbox that usually has all my like cooking ingredients, and I have my knife bag. So I usually start with my lunchbox first. I'll put it in over here. Then I got my knife bag. So I still have a bunch of room. I can still put my water bottles and any other stuff down here, and I'll put in the wok last, like that. Then you close it and cinch it down. 1, 2. Next up, the most important part. I got 6 fishing rods and a net. And yes, the Sea-Doo can carry all of this because I have 9 rod holders. 5 of them came with the cooler, and the other 4 I actually bought it from GC Jet Ski Fishing. So 2 of the rod holders I have it installed directly behind the seat, and the other 2 rod holders I have it next to the cooler. So the 2 rods that I know I'll be using first, I'll have them directly behind me. So for now, I'll just use the Cavallo 12 and the Cavallo 5. Oh gosh, okay. My garage ceiling isn't tall enough, so I'm just gonna leave it in like this. And there you go, okay? And then I'll have the rest of my rods on the sides over here. Man, I'm gonna mess up my rods. Okay, you guys get the idea. You get the idea. Next, kill bag. I have that sucker right here, like this. So I'll anchor this side of the kill bag onto the cooler, and then the other side I'll anchor it to the seat. All right. Next up, all of my fishing lures. So I put all my lures in the front of the Sea-Doo, and there's a lot of storage in here. I'll put my lures like this. 2, 3, 4, and then I'll also put my propane stove in here as well. Put the propane stove in here, and I have the Ahe GT4 line. I'll usually carry like a bunch of different lines with me, and I'll put them in this little pocket here. I got my first aid kit and my fire extinguisher up there. So last but not least, it's the electronics. Got my GoPros here, and you probably already know, I got one GoPro on my forehead, and the second GoPro, I have it on the Railblaza, right here. So this part is pretty simple. I got this adapter from adventurefishing.pro. It's someone from New Zealand, and this has been extremely durable. And you pretty much stick the Railblaza star port right here, and you lock it. And last but not least, I got the Garmin fish finder that it came with, and it connects right here. Okay, let's talk about our favorite part, the cost of everything. I'm gonna go over the cost of the Sea-Doo and all the reoccurring expenses that come along with it. So the price of the Sea-Doo Fishpro Sport 170, don't get this confused with the Trophy, because the Trophy model has a live well and other capabilities. So this is for the Sport 170. And in 2022, when I bought it, the MSRP was $16,700, and then I also had to get a trailer, and that cost about $1,500. And then you have to add the additional fees, like you have dealer prep fees, the freight, sales tax, and probably like the DMV registration. So all in all, I would estimate between $3,000 to $4,500, and this just depends on how well you negotiate with your dealership. So just for the sake of this presentation, I'm using $4,500, and I'm ballparking the total amount with the trailer to be $22,700. All right, so reoccurring expenses. First is gas. It all depends on how often you go and how far you're going. So for example, if I'm going to like Catalina, I'll shoot out to Catalina, fish, and come back. I would almost use a whole tank. So a whole tank will cost you about $80. If you're gonna go inshore and just fish like inside the harbor, that could last you quite a bit. So next is insurance. I pay about $48 a month with Geico. Oil change, I do this once a year, and this costs me $400. I'm thinking about doing this maybe twice a year because I do go so much, so I might do this twice a year, but I think for, you know, the average person, I think once a year is fine. Fishing gear is all up to you. This one could be quite a bit depending on how hard you go. If you're gonna go offshore fishing for like tuna, you're gonna need some massive gear. If you're only doing like inshore stuff, less expensive. So this one's all on you. And thank you to my sponsors, Okuma, Promar. All of you guys have been so helpful with the cost of everything, and I appreciate it so much. And also, of course, the #1 sponsor, Prestige Martial Arts. My job. All right, if you got this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. It would help me out so much, especially with all these expenses that you just learned about. But I'll see you on the next one, hopefully on the water. Peace.